You're saying about what we spoke about earlier, the Murid can take the bitterness from the Shaykh. But in so many ways now, the Shaykh is not sending bitterness to you. The Shaykh is taking bitterness out from you to make you to see this is bitterness coming from you. This is no good for you. Take it out. Bitterness that the Shaykh is sending, they don't do that anymore. Murids cannot take it. Believers cannot take it. Allah is the one who tests His prophets. Only Allah testing His prophets. Prophets can only be tested by Allah. You understand? These days, we cannot take the test of our Shaykh. But the bitterness that the Shaykh is going to show, it is coming from you. It is not coming from him. You understand? If it's coming from him, no one would be here. If it's coming from him, no one is going to stay next to a Shaykh. Because they say, what kind of a man is this? How he can be doing this? They start questioning. They're already questioning things like that when we send sweet. And when we say, don't eat so much sweets. This sweet is no good for you. Don't behave like this. Yeah, showing that. Anger. Where is the anger coming from? So the Shaykh is not the one sending the bitterness. You have that bitterness. The Shaykh is just showing you your face. Now it is up to you whether you want to get rid of that or not. Shaykh Efendi Hazretleri is saying so many times that the murid is, if the Shaykh is putting you through the meat grinder and grinds you out, you come out, become a sujuk. You cannot complain. You understand? These days, everyone is complaining about everything. It's showing that there is still no strength there. There's no yakin. There is no certainty. Like what we were saying before, just because someone is saying, I love you, doesn't mean that that is love. That one can be screaming, I love you, doesn't mean that it is love. That one can be saying that 1,000 times a day, doesn't mean so. He wants it, that is his intention. You understand? But saying, feeling that strength and proving what it is, completely different. You understand? Completely different. Otherwise, how can the love like that just turn to become anger and the hate? Impossible. Impossible. What is that love? What is the ashq? Oh, love of the ego is something else. Love of your desire is something else. But what is the ashq? The ashq, that moth that loves the flame, the candle, he jumps into it and he completely disappears. He finishes. You understand? Who is willing to do that these days? Who can? The moth is there, not going inside the flame, and then putting the flame out, and only the moth is there. You understand? These days, their meaning love is like that. I must exist, not you. The creator of love and the beloved of Allah, the creator of love, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he loves his Habib the most. What was his life like? How his Lord tested him. How he was being given pain from every side. He never cursed. You ever hear any riwayat that he's cursing at his own uncles? Ahlul Bayt. We're going to enter into the time of Karbala. That's what Ahlul Bayt is. You ever hear Ahlul Bayt, Hazrat Hussein and his whole caravan sitting up all night cursing at Yazid? You ever hear or no? I mean, no matter how bad we are, inshallah, may Allah not test us, but we're not as bad as Yazid, right? I mean, he killed Ahlul Bayt. Right? Cannot be that bad, right? But you ever hear the Ahlul Bayt cursing, sitting up whole night, Hazrat Hussein and his family and 73 ones, cursing at Yazid, cursing and calling him cursing. No, because they understood the hikmat. They are the grandchildren of the Prophet. They know their grandfather and they know their Lord. Not only that, did they ever curse the ones who betray them? Did they curse enough? No. In fact, Hazrat Hussein said, now the night it is black, you may leave. I know so many of you, you want to leave. You leave. I will not ask for my rights, dunya or akhirat. No, we'll never leave you. No, I say, it's okay, leave. But these are our role models. And not the zalims, who at every little discomfort, then they get very angry and they start cursing. They're willing to burn this whole world. They burned years and years of love, years and years of muhabbat, years and years of service, years and years of friendship. For what? What are you gaining? You understand? So this bitterness, is Shaykh Effendi sending it to us? No. Where is the man that he hasn't discovered that bitterness? He hasn't discovered himself. He doesn't know his ego. He hasn't discovered the evil of himself. If he understands the evil of himself, every day he's going to sit and he's going to curse his evil. He's not going to curse anyone's evil. He's not even going to blame shaitan, he's going to blame himself. La ilaha illa anta subhana inni kuntum minna zalimin. They should make that zikr more often. Inni kuntum minna zalimin. Not to say this and this and this. I'm even shy to repeat. You understand? Then you can claim that you are following tariqat or sayyid or this lineage or that lineage. We said before, it is not the title that gives you the position. It is your hizmat, it is your lifestyle, it is how you carry that gives you that. There are so many kings that they're wearing clothes, they're wearing the crown, but they look like, let's say, beggars. And there are so many beggars that you see, they have nothing but they carry themselves like kings. Who are you begging? If you're begging to your Lord, He will make you to be a sultan. If you're begging at the door of your ego and this dunya, to go to the dunya and to say, look what happened, look what happened. I'm right, right? I'm right, right? And that time, doesn't matter how you look, what you wear, crown or a turban or this or that, you still look very small. Shouldn't be. So the man must be busy with his ego, not to be busy with other people's ego. And if something bad were to happen to him, he's going to say to his ego, oh my ego, you deserve this and even more. Not to jump and to say, I don't deserve this. Oh, these days. Why a man can turn like that? You're not understanding. But you must be busy with yourself. You're not changing. You are like this your whole life. How long are you going to hide it? One day it's going to come out, and this time the whole world is going to be witness. Shouldn't be. You're going to make a fool to the whole world. Shouldn't be. You should lock yourself up. You should go into seclusion. Put your head to the ground and beg Allah for forgiveness. And say, La ilaha illa anta subhana in kuntu mina zalimin. I deserve even worse, Ya Rabbi. And if your friend, if your beloved one, if the one that you have given authority over me is correcting me, I deserve even more. And I should kiss his hand. Understand? So the bitterness, the Shaykh is not giving, he's removing it from you. Oh, if the Shaykh is in the old days, the Shaykh gives bitterness to the Murids. Murids did nothing wrong, and the Shaykh gives bitterness. That time they carry it on top of their head. Like Zamra. Like all these ones. Like Aziz Mahmoud today. They never do anything, nothing wrong, never see anything wrong. And their Shaykh put bitterness and bitterness on them more and more, and they're carrying it, and they say, yes, I deserve this and more. They never question. They don't rebel, definitely. Rebellion, it is forbidden in Islam. It's forbidden. The Prophet ﷺ is saying, even if you're Amir, it takes the skin off your back, do not rebel. What it means to rebel? To deny him. You understand? These days, they don't just deny, they declare. World is watching, the heavens, they are watching. Pull yourself back. Put your head back to your shoulders. Have some shyness a little bit. Have some modesty. Have some quiet. Put away the anger. Pull back to yourself. We are all murids, you and me. We are all simple, trying to become simple murids. Understand? If the Shaykh gives you bitterness and you don't deserve it, he means to raise your station up. You don't deserve it. Can any one of us say we don't deserve if our Shaykh gives us bitterness? Huh? We are saints. Which prophet shaking his hand at Allah? Why are you doing this to me? Which one? We can say that every prophet, he was oppressed by his nation, correct? Oppressed. His nation was a zalim to them. Did they ever shake their hands at Allah and say, how you can make this to happen? How can you allow this injustice to happen? Which prophet? 124,000, name me one. 124,000 Sahabis, name me one. Which saint? So, which role model you are following? If you have cut off your role model, if you have cut off your Shaykh, then that time, whatever that your ego is telling you to do, you will do. Your ego becomes your role model. Whatever that one is whispering to your ego, you are going to follow. But it shouldn't be. It should not. It doesn't fit to our honor. It doesn't fit to our lineage as children of Adam. Every prophet is saying, there are a few prophets, and one of them, Yunus alayhi salam, that he wasn't cursing his nation. The one that Allah gave the zikr, the one that Allah, let us say, punish, astaghfirullah, by making the fish to swallow him. He wasn't cursing his nation. He just ran away from his nation. He's saying, this is too much. I cannot handle this. And Allah then made him 40 days and 40 nights in the bottom of the ocean, in the belly of the whale, to say, La ilaha illa anta subhana inni kuntum minna zalimin. There is no ilah except for you. Glory all to you, and I am one of the oppressors. That zikr is not for his nation. Not for the nation of Yunus to say that because they are the ones who oppress their prophet, but it's not for them, it's for their prophet. And that is one of the few du'as of earlier prophets as mentioned in the Quran Karim. That is supposed to be our wirid. 100 times, Murid is supposed to say that every day, at least. So now, inshallah, in these holy days, we're entering into the new year now, Awal Muharram. And the new year, Allah is saying, the new year, 10 days pass. The new year, there's going to be a new sacrifice of the most pure of the most pure, teaching the whole world for 1400 years. Who are the ones that for 1400 years rebelling and saying this is injustice that is done, we should have revenge, and they are cursing? Who is doing that? Ahl Sunnat? No. The extreme Shias, they're doing it. That they're coming and they're cursing. They come and they curse. They curse. They curse as Hazrat Umar. They curse as Hazrat Abu Bakr. 1400 years they're doing it, bruh. Don't you know it's not working? You can try some more. It's not working. If anything, you pull the curse to yourself. This is for us to learn to understand. So the sign that someone is following tariqat, following their shaykh properly, first you see, he's not going to put any curse on no one. They are going to curse him and he's going to smile. That is the sunnah of our shaykh for those who are saying they're following our shaykh. That is the sunnah of the Ahlul Bayt. They would rather sacrifice themselves. And they never taught the Ahlul Bayt after that and their children and the grandchildren ever to curse. Those who are cursing and claiming coming from the grandchildren, you've already deviated. It's not the behavior. No one try to twist my words now. I'm saying that, I'm denying that they are. You are. I'm not denying that you are, but you've deviated. No? The Shias, they sit and they curse and they curse and they curse. Oh, everything, never finish it. Hundreds, can you imagine 1,400 years they're cursing? Allah, Allah. And then they get drunk with this cursing. They have whole festivals where they just curse. La, not, la. Always he's saying, Tawbah, astaghfirullah. Bruh, your religion is not based on cursing. Your religion is not based on hating. Cannot be. When is man going to wake up? That's why Shaykh Efendi says, the one who's physically drinking is easier for him to get up. Because physically he's drunk, next morning he gets up and he always regrets. Muslim, Jewish, Christian, believer, unbeliever, they drink, they get drunk, they wake up, they always regret. But the man who is drunk from his ego, he may not wake up until a big smack comes to him. You understand? He's drunk. He's not going to get up. 40 prophets come. He's never going to get up. He's never going to wake up. Shaykh Efendi is saying, sometimes one smack it is better than 1,000 words of advice. I'm not saying. Shaykh Efendi is saying. I fear from Shaykh Efendi's smack. I live in fear of Shaykh Efendi. We are all living in fear of him. Still. Fear is important. Fear will stop you from doing so many stupid things. Because you say, would Shaykh Efendi like this or no? You see, this is what he's going to say for me to do or not? If he is here, would he allow this to happen, like this to happen to him? If to our enemies, we're not cursing, what about to those ones who are our friends? Allah, Allah. Hazrat Ali, Karamallahu Wajah, saying, somebody teaches you one word, no? One thing, you are his what? His slave for 40 years. That it is forbidden now for Ahlul Bayt, Ahlul Ali, forbidden now for them to do anything with anger. Forbidden. Because Hazrat Ali forbid it to himself. He pulling out his sword and he was going to strike that kafir, and the kafir spit at him and he pulled back and he walked away. And the kafir is saying, finish your job. Why are you not finishing your job? I'm defeated. And he's saying, no, if I strike you, I would have struck you with anger because you spit at me. Before, I was going to strike you for the sake of Allah. Ahlul Bayt, you have to be very careful because you have fear from Allah. As much love you have, as much fear you must have. If you only have love and you don't have no fear from that one, put a big question mark to all of you, to all of me, everyone here, that you say, I love you, I love you. You don't fear that one? Just finish. Bruh, he's not your son. Your shaykh is not your son, your nephew, your daughter. Younger one than you. He is not. You understand? You love and you don't have that fear, wrong. one day, ego may trick you. I'm shame and shy to say that I love Shaykh Efendi. Let me be open with that. To make a declaration that, oh, I love him. You know what kind of heaviness that comes under? Don't talk. No need to say. No need to put on social media too. Your life is going to show that. And that love is based on your fear. That love is based on your sacrifice. That love is based on the heaviness that you will carry. Let the whole ummah to spit at you and you're still putting your head down. And you say, I fear from Allah. Our role model is Habil, not Qabil. That although he's big and strong and his brother is going to kill him, and he can defend himself and he can kill his brother, but he says, I fear from Allah. You understand? Inshallah, we understand. May Allah forgive me. I don't know anything. All I know is I fear my Shaykh. And the words that you speak is going to show the actions that you do. Whether you fear, you love, or you don't fear and you don't love. You understand? May everything that we do that is right, may our Shaykh get the blessings, inshallah. May everything that we do that is wrong, we're asking for our Shaykh's intercession. We're asking that Allah send us protection through the one whose feet is on our necks. To save us from ourselves. And to save us from the evil of other ones also. And to keep us protected and hidden. And to be busy with ourselves in this Akhir Zaman. ومن الله التوفيق. حرمة الحبيب حرمة الفاتحة.